Yeah, so if you started a new relationship with somebody and they said to you, I'm $1 million in debt, it's your job to pay that debt, what would you say? Would you say, well, since I'm willing to invest in you, I'll pay that debt in full? Or would you say, hey, but that debt occurred way before I ever showed up in your life. Why is it my responsibility to pay that debt? You know, there are some people out there who are really unhappy with me for apparently dehumanizing avoidance. Should you and I have more compassion and empathy for the avoidance in our lives? Compassion means to have pity and empathy for the suffering that someone else has gone through, right? So to give you a final answer on whether we should treat people with avoidant attachment with more compassion, I'm going to read a short paragraph out of one of my favorite books, Becoming Attached by Robert Caron. And he is quoting someone else's book. Watson wrote, "Treat them as though they were young adults. Dress them, bathe them with care and circumspection. Let your behavior always be objective and kindly firm. Never hug and kiss them. Never let them sit on your lap. If you must, kiss them once on the forehead when they say good night. Shake hands with them in the morning. Give them a pat on the head if they have made an extraordinary good job of a difficult task." What does this have to do with compassion? Well, any parent reading this would understand that this is a very cold and detached way of dealing with a baby and a toddler. Because they're talking about babies and toddlers here, okay? They're not talking about 7 years old plus. Having compassion for the suffering of someone who's been through this type of parenting, because believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there who have had to endure this kind of parenting. And you and I are now expected to try to form intimate connections and feel emotional attraction for these people. What it means is to understand that this is their background. This is what made the avoidant who they are. And part of understanding and having compassion is realizing that whenever you enter a relationship with a truly avoidantly attached person on that extreme end, and I'm really talking avoidant attachment on that extreme end of the spectrum, not just anxious avoidant or disorganized attachment, means that you're expected to pay that $1 million in debt. And by the way, it's not the avoidance debt. It's the avoidance caretakers or parents' debt. Now, some people are so resourceful that they're willing to do that. They can do that. They love the person enough. They have the free energy, time, and emotional resources to do it. If that is you, I commend you. But if that is not you, then compassion means to understand what they went through and know that it's not your debt to pay.